Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I've got something a little different for you today. I watched Lord of Itza's video about the sorcery market. I've seen some people talk about with Arthurian Legends coming soon. What are some good cards? Where to get started? So I thought I'd go through a really simple list, kind of a Fury Road knockoff, but with no uniques, keeping the price really cheap. Altogether, this is about a $25 shipped to your, as of time of recording, I should say, shipped to your door. TCG Player, I'll leave a link in the description below. I'm also going to go over some cards I think are really good just to pick up right now. They're really cheap. Like, Sorcery is more accessible than ever. Beta is $150 a box, which is great. It's a great time to start playing Sorcery, and with this new set coming around, it's going to be a really good time. But this is Fury Road by Scourge Altars. I'll leave the actual list in the description as well. But this is my rendition without any uniques. So there's no cores, there's no Philosopher's Stone, there's no unique sites that are $15, $20 a piece. This is all ordinary, exceptional, and a couple unique elites. And like I said, this is a $25 deck shipped to your door. Off the top, Trinket Hammer is a really good card. It provides really good trade value, some really cheap minions to be really aggressive. Violimp and Dragonettes and Kobolds all kind of revolve around waking up Giantess with like deserts and ping damage. Root Spider is a huge card. It's probably the best minion. Cavalry's for aggression, and Assorted Animals with the new 50/30 coming in Arthurian Legends. Assorted Animals will help you find some of your other minions. One Dispel to go with the common sense. Firebolts and Blaze. Really good, just incidental removal and kill spells. Bury is just hard removal. I took out Earthquakes from this list because they're $5 a piece, but they're a very good card, and there's a reason they're $5 a piece. Flavor Wave is a great finisher, and then the sites are all exceptionals or ordinaries, except Rift Valley is an elite, and Imperial Road is an elite. But these are both very cheap cards. I think Rift Valley is probably one of the most expensive cards in the list at like $2.50. Step is a really great card going into Arthurian Legends. All the dual lands are great. So this is just a high overview of this list. This is a really good intro list to a lot of people. You play, you draw your cards, you have 3 sites. You really need about 5 sites for the whole game with this list because you're doing a lot of 2 and 3 drops. So you draw a site off your first turn, you play some minions, draw another site, and then just start double drawing with Sorcerer. It's a really, really straightforward, easy to learn list. It's also very aggressive, and this is a highly competitive deck list too. You just keep playing minions and you overwhelm the board. And we'll move over to, I'm just going to go through TCG Player and look at some cards. I'm going to have some more TCG Player lists in the description with like mass edit or mass entry, and so you can just hit that and just off you go. So we'll go over to TCG Player now. All right, and with TCG Player, I wanted to start with the sites because these are a really big backbone of your deck in Sorcery. Moving into Arthurian Legends, there's going to be a lot of new sites, so you can really upgrade as you go, but having a good base and core is really strong. So like here, Free City is a really great utility site. It's a great defense site. Play this on 2. Your opponent can't be really aggressive. It's a very good card. And then all the dual lands moving into Arthurian Legends with all the multicolored stuff is going to be really, really strong. Bedrock is a great non-interactable site. If you really need that Earth Threshold or don't want your opponent messing with stuff, Bedrock is huge. And like these are 25 cents, $1 for each card. So like these are great cards to pick up at any point. Gnome Hollows is a great like kind of defensive card as well. Undertow having some movement is really strong. And then here with some minions, Root Spider is the best minion in the game. It's a removal on a body. You can really disable any minion you really want. With Arthurian Legends, maybe Water gets a little more, so Root Spider goes down, but that's a really good card to grab. Gaia Hippogriffs is 25 cents, and it's a great charge minion. And charge, it being so strong, he comes down and does a thing and attacks for 3 is really, really good. Swiven Scout, oh, this is a foil, but Swiven Scout non-foil is like a couple cents, like maybe 20. It's really good, especially just seeing your opponent's hand. Submarine Giantess, just like the Fury Road, it's 20 cents. Like this doesn't cost anything. Clamor of Harpies, in Fury Road, it's really cool to also move your own kobolds off of an enemy spider or something. You can target your own guys, and you don't have to fight because it's the May ability. And then going here into Ordinary, most of your decks will be Ordinary because you can play up to 4 of them. Like Bostrel is the most aggressive, one of the most aggressive creatures. Cavalry, again, with Charge is really strong. An Avatar of Air, Plumed Pegasus is a house. Amazon Warriors is like 5 cents non-foil. This is a foil price, so ignore that. Violent is a huge value creature, and Land Surveyor draws you cards. And these are all 20 to 25 cents, or 10 cents even. And these are really strong cards you can make a lot of decks out of. All right, here in Elites, we can see that even the Elites are cheap. They're 50 to 25 cents, maybe $1. Grandmaster Wizard up here, it's I think the most expensive non-foil Elite. I guess Bodyguard's up there, but it was there for a while. Grandmaster Wizard is a great draw 3, and chump block. Really, a Bodyguard can really hold you from going to door. Nimbigen is a great combo. It's 25 cents. Wicked Witch shuts down a lot of low to the ground aggressive decks. And yeah, these... Oh, Infernal Legion is 40 cents. Infernal Legion off of a mix. Turn 2 mix. Turn 3 play a land. Crack mix. Play Infernal Legion on turn 3. Like, that's terrifying. Infernal Legion can win games. It's a really strong minion that doesn't get enough play. But, I mean, these prices are 30 cents to $1.50, $2 at the most. Like, you can build super competitive decks for under $50 really easily. Here in the uniques, we get a little more pricey, but these are not necessary to build decks. Absolutely not. A lot of competitive decks don't have uniques. Some do. A lot of decks don't play cores. Like, these are not necessary at all. But these are like the big swinging cards that can like win out of nowhere. Highland Princess is a great card that can help you get some consistency going into the 50-30. Death Dealer, it just resets the board, and you're left with a 4-power minion. That's really good. And going into Arthurian Legends, Crown Prince is going to get really good. Play this to your back row on the round table, and you have a foot soldier somewhere, and you can attack with Crown Prince, and it trades, and you can play it again. King of the Realm going into Arthurian Legends is going to be huge. Arthurian Legends is going to have a lot of mortals, and stealing all your opponent's mortals seems really strong. And if not, just pumps your team. It's really good. Ruler Thule, again, charge is great. And, like, King of the Realm is $3. Crown Prince is $4. Like, some of these really strong uniques are really good. Like, Courtesan Thias is a huge kill spell in a lot of games. And also, if you don't use it for a kill spell, you can just disrupt your opponent's entire board and kind of set yourself up to not be screwed over on your turn. So it's really strong, and that's $3. Another one here I wanted to call out was Atlantean Fate. Atlantean Fate is going to be really annoying to be played against, because then your thresholds are going to be messed up, because a lot of people are going to be playing 3 and 4 colored decks with the knights and a bunch of threshold costs, and Atlantean Fate just blanks all of that. And $8 seems really cheap. Here in the sites, we get a little more pricey with like Mirror Realm being, I think, just any deck can play Mirror Realm. So any deck should have Mirror Realm. It can copy Bedrocks, it can copy your opponent's towers. Mirror Realm is so flexible. It's literally anything, right? Anything that people are playing, and usually what people are playing are really good, so you probably want to copy those. Color as Space going into Arthurian Legends seems really good. Fixes your mana, or fixes your threshold. It's really strong. You have to play around it a little bit, but you can do that. And then Pillars of Zeros is a great utility site at the bare minimum. Any deck can play Pillars of Zeros. They have a slot or a couple slots for utility sites. Just because it's Earth doesn't mean you can't not play it. Roots of Yggdrasil probably goes down going into Arthurian Legends, but it's still a really strong card. And the Smokestacks is going to be great in going into Arthurian Legends. A lot of these sites have like discounts, like Hamlet or the Poisoned Well that deals 2 for each opponent's nearby site. Like, that sounds terrifying. Smokestacks turns all of that off. And it's only $5, and you only need one of them, being unique. So no reason to break the bank. We talked about Earthquake a little bit in the Fury Road one, but Earthquake going into Arthurian Legends is going to be a really strong removal spell. The ability to rearrange sites, and you can see it's $5. This is one of the most expensive elite cards in Sorcery, and for good reason. It is primarily one of the best removal cards. The advantage you get to control where sites are is really good. But even at $5, that's $10 for a playset, is still very, very cheap in my mind. Replication going into Arthurian Legends seems really good as well. There's going to be a lot of cool artifacts you want to copy. Copying a Pea Stone or copying a Angel's Egg is really strong, and you can see that it's slowly creeping up there. But Replication is going to be really strong as well. It's almost card redundancy in the 50-30 meta going into it. Like, yes, you have to find the card you want, but you could also... This is just more copies of the cards you want, essentially. Scavenging Fiend going into Arthurian Legends is going to be really good. They destroy your Excalibur or something. You get it back with Scavenging Fiend, and it's to this location, so you bring it back and you pick it up. So that's really, really good. Scavenging Fiend seems really good going into Arthurian Legends. Going into Arthurian Legends still with the mixes. Mixes blank threshold cost. If there's a mix, or if there's a water threshold and you have a mix aqua, you crack mix aqua and you blank all the other thresholds. So if you have a water and an air threshold, mix aqua can let you cast that without any air threshold on board. I think the mixes are really strong going into Arthurian Legends with multicolor stuff as well. And $2 to $3 for mixes, maybe $4 on the higher end. You only need 2 of them, so very affordable as well. Sinkhole is another really good site, almost utility site, kind of a tempo play. Sinkhole doesn't have to be played in Roots. It's played in one of the best decks, the Avatar of Air, right now. For the simple fact, you play this on turn 3 if you're going first. You pop their second site. You have 3 mana still. You play some 3-drop, and now you have a 3 mana minion on your board, and they're now stuck at 2 mana still. So it's a huge tempo play, and Sinkhole is really strong just in general as a utility site. Dwarven Forge asks you to build with a lot of artifacts in mind. Or actually, weapons and armor, my bad. So, like, Gilded Aegis or Excalibur or Screaming Skull. Like, I think those ones have armor or weapon on them. So, yes, your opponent can conjure something here, but they really don't want to. You can play a minion here, play a cheap artifact, discounted, and it's a fire site, and it's going to be very strong going into Arthurian Legends. But again, it's only 50 cents. It's you can get a lot of really good cards right now. Everybody was yelling about consistency in going to the 50-30 format. Crossroads gets really good in 50-30 because it helps you dig your Atlas a little bit stronger. Right now, with the 20 Atlas, it's ridiculous. It's still going to be very good with a 50-30 Atlas size. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching. I know this was something different. Thank you for Kyle at Scourge Altars for making this crazy Fury Road list. But this list is a very good entry point for a lot of people. It's very flexible. You can swap minions in and out. It has a really good ratio between minions and spells. It has some removal. It has some aggressive minions. And going into Arthurian Legends, it's a very upgradable list. If you get a box of Arthurian Legends and you pull some crazy artifact or some really good minion that's cheap, and you can just slot this in for like a sandworm. You can take a sandworm out and put whatever 4-drop you want in there. So I'll have this list in the description. It will be a TCG player mass entry list, and you can just hit add to cart, fiddle with it. Like I said, $25, off you go. Thank you, everybody. If you made it this far, hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks, everybody.